So hey guys, today's a new video, and really I'm gonna do a Naruto Diamond Showcase, basically because it was requested, more or less. But not only that, I have all of his items, I have all of his skills, I have everything for Naruto basically. Now there may be some new items in the future, but I'm not quite sure what's gonna happen with that. But at the moment, I have all of his items that you can currently get or could have gotten. So yeah, let's just jump right into it. So yeah, as you can see, Diamond Naruto Uzumaki, he has a lot of what do you call it, combinations. As you can see, he has the Team 7 combination that gives him right around 100k worth of CP. Same thing with the Sage Master and Pupil, Genius and Idiot, Distant Protection. I'm not quite sure how much that one gives, but it should be fairly decent. Brave for Love, same thing. Human Sacrifice, Regular Customer, Will of Fire, Father and Son. So I mean, he has a lot of collections, and so that means you can pair him up with a lot of cards, which will give him bigger bonuses, as you just saw. I'm actually gonna take off most, if not all, of the items that are not his. So I'm gonna, go ahead and then equip them. I'm gonna go ahead and equip this. I'm gonna equip that. I'm going to equip that. So this is Naruto with only his items, obviously. All of them are tier 4, all of them are level 120. I feel like I'm gonna like hiccup or burp soon, and I don't know why, so I may hesitate in speaking. So I'm sorry if you picked that up. But yeah. Like I said, Naruto, items. He has 5 items as of right now. Like I said, he does have quite a few collections. So as you can see, he's at 3.57k worth of 3.57 million worth of CP. Now I add in Jiraiya. I add in Jiraiya, and he gets another what? What was it? 3.57. He got what, 30k worth of CP. A little bit of a combat bonus. I think he only got 30k worth of CP. Yeah, he only got 30k worth of CP, but 30k is 30k. It could 30k is could mean the difference between you going first or the other person going first. With Hinata, he gets let's see, a 50k bonus in CP. Let's see what's up with Killer B. I do have Killer B. Fortunately, I don't have Killer B Diamond, but hopefully next Killer B event I will get Killer B Diamond. But let's see, Killer B, he gets another 50k worth of CP. I know for a fact that if you pair him up with Minato, he gets another 100, more, not 50k, but 100k worth of CP, as you can see here. Oh no, it's not 50k, it's not 100k, it's 50k, huh? It's interesting. So yeah, like I said, you can get a lot of bonuses with him. Obviously the Team 7 bonus, you have the Sasuke bonus right here, which is a lot more than the other ones, almost 70k, 80k actually. That's quite nice. And then if you add in Sakura, obviously you get another bonus on top of that. So yeah, I mean, he is he gets a lot of combination bonuses. But if you're curious as to how much you need to subtract off of Naruto, because of the fact that, well, I have a lot of collection bonuses and such. If you're really curious about that, all you have to do is look at this. Big Toad Kichi. Any of the bonuses that you can see here, you can just subtract them off of Naruto's stats. Later on in the video, I may actually do that, but CP wise, just raw CP, Naruto had just take off 859k worth of combat CP, and you'll have Naruto CP without any clan bonuses or any sort of collection bonuses. But yeah, so right now the way I have him, he has 1.9 million worth of HP, 3.5 million of combat, and yeah, so like I said, 5 items. They are the Konohana headband tier 4, the hand knitted scarf tier 4, the sage cloak tier 4, Mount Mayaboko scroll tier 4, and the first Hokage's necklace tier 4. Now the Konohana headband, the only way you can get that is through a Minato or a Naruto event. It's really exclusive to those 2 events. Otherwise you can't get them. Basically, at level 120, tier 4, it gives you 84k stamina, and 65k ninjutsu attack to any ninja who you equip it to. Now, if you equip it to Minato or Naruto, either one of them gets 59k HP and 25k ninjutsu attack just for wearing it. Then you have the hand-knitted scarf. Once again, you can only get this during a Hinata or a Naruto event, obviously. And at level 120 tier 4, it gives you 168k stamina. It also increases an extra 98k HP and 58k taijutsu attack if you equip it to Hinata or Naruto, so that's nice. Then you have the Sage Cloak, once again, only Naruto event exclusive. If you equip it to Naruto, he gets an extra 14k dodge and 79k ninjutsu attack. But if you equip it to any ninja, they only get 127k stamina at level 120, tier 4. Then you have the Maiboko scroll. This you can only get this during a Jiraiya, a Naruto event. So only during those two events. And as you can see here, at level 120, tier 4, you get 58k hits and 61k ninjutsu attack for any ninja who equips it. But if you equip it to Jiraiya or Naruto, it gives them an extra 59k ninjutsu attack, 40k HP, 75 chakra recovery, and also releases a skill called chakra detection, if I recall correctly. What it does, it decreases your enemy's dodge for 1 round, basically, after you use your unique skill. And then finally, you have the first Hokage's necklace. Now, this item, you can only get it during a Tsunade event, first a Hashirama Senju event, or a Naruto event. So you have 3 events that you can get out of. But at level 120, tier 4, you can get it. You get 35k ninjutsu attack, 103k taijutsu attack. But if you equip it to Hinata, to Tsunade, Naruto, or Hashirama Senju, they will receive an extra 23k ninjutsu attack, 16k taijutsu attack, 51k HP, and 85 points of chakra recovery. And that's it. All of these items are really good. They give them a lot of CP, as you can see. 614k ninjutsu attack, 281k taijutsu attack, 72k dodge, 500 tenacity, 227k hits. Like I said, if you're really curious, just subtract the differences really to see what the items give to Naruto and what the bonuses that Naruto has for himself. He has quite a few skills. He has quite a few skins and such. So the ones I'm actually going to be covering are the Kuruma Naruto, the Asura Naruto, and the Strongest Father and Son Naruto. Now I'm aware that there is a sexy technique Naruto, but unfortunately I do not have access to that skill, so I won't be able to talk about it. So in my personal opinion, the best skill that you can possibly have, as far as unique skills goes, for Naruto is actually the many ultra big spiraling Zero Spheres. The reason for that being is, as you can see here, it deals ninjutsu damage to all enemies, and it adds 1 to 5 shadow clones to enemies, causing massive damage. Release chakra recovery for 3 rounds. Needs skill to hit. Okay, so what that means from 1 to 5 shadow clone and to enemies, it's basically debuffs. It's kind of like poison, but a lot more powerful. It scales with your ninjutsu attack, so the higher your ninjutsu attack, the more damage that Naruto does with his debuffs. As long as you hit, you will always get at the very least 1, but the maximum that you can get on your enemies is 5. Now, obviously, this is level 105, but I have noticed that, a green card Naruto with a level 1, what do you call it? A level 1 strongest father and son skill does do about, not 20k, not 20k, does do about, how much does he do? 10k worth of damage, which, that's pitiful, quite honestly. But if you think about this, a card that only has about 1k ninjutsu attack at the most, paired up with a skill that only has level 1 and deals 10k right off the bat, when you start out in the beginning of this game, that's actually very powerful, especially for the early chapters. So the skill just gets more powerful the more powerful you get. This is a skill that ever since I've had it, I've been using it. So I would strongly recommend to get this skill if you can. I will actually be demonstrating it, but I will first have to tell you about the multiple shadow clone jutsu and the demon fox cloak. Now, the multiple shadow clone is a level 90 passive. That means that you need at the very least a gold Naruto. The way that you get this skill is actually through consumption, either during a Tobirama event or a Naruto event. Now, do keep in mind that this skill does cost quite a bit through consumption. It costs at the very least, if I recall correctly, what was it? 50k or 55k consumption. So if you're going to be looking into this, I would strongly recommend to get this skill simply because it's a game changer. It will make your Naruto a lot more powerful, but keep in mind that it does cost a lot, so you may want to save up for the next Naruto event. We just recently had a Naruto event, so I mean it gives you plenty of time to save up for that. But yeah, so multiple shadow clone jutsu. Or multiple shadow clone. I'm sorry, I get used to saying jutsu because of like reading fan fiction, the manga, and like the anime. They always add in that jutsu part, but whatever. By releasing each skill, you can release 1 to 6 shadow clones. Each clone can increase own ninjutsu attack by 35% only once. Increases after equipped. HP 5,400 plus 870 per level. Hit 6,000 plus 270 per level. Ninjutsu attack 6,000 plus 370 per level. And yeah, it says nature times 4 and wind release times 3. So here's the thing. At level 102, it gives you 94k HP, 35k hit, 47k ninjutsu attack. Now I'm not quite sure what the 26k question mark is for, but I'm gonna assume it's for no, yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't know what it could possibly be for, but it's there. So yeah, this why is it so powerful? Well, what it does, it increases your ninjutsu attack, like it says right there, by 35%. And it does it until the end of the battle. So say you have a Naruto who deals what 1 million worth of damage on his unique skill, because that's exactly how much ninjutsu attack he has. He has just enough to deal that one perfect 1 million. Now, if you add in one shadow clone, that Naruto will instantly deal 35% more. So that would be what Naruto deals 1 million. So 35% of 1 million is 350k, I believe. I'm not quite sure. I'm a little sleepy, but yeah, 350k worth of extra damage, and that just stacks on with the more shadow clones that he gets. So the first one's 35%, then 60. I mean, then 70%, then 90. No, 105%, I believe, and then so on and so forth, basically. But when you get to the six shadow clones, you have a total of 210% bonus damage. So you would be dealing, instead of just that 1 million, you would be dealing 3 million and then 3.1 million. So instead of just that 1 million, if you get all six shadow clones, so it quite literally triples your damage. This works along with the curse seal of Orochimaru, such as if for those of you who don't know what the curse seal of Orochimaru does, if you get the red curse seal or orange, some people say it's orange, I say it's red. But if you get that curse seal, uh, the damage is quite literally doubled for your ninjutsu attack. So say, like I said, let's use your example from before. You got the six shadow clones and you managed to deal 3.1 million worth of damage. Now with that red shadow clone, I mean, with that red curse seal, you double that on top of that. So you do 3.1 million worth of damage, and then with the red curse seal, you do 6.2 million worth of damage. And keep in mind, since the debuffs are based on we're assuming that you're using the strongest father and son skill. Keep in mind that the debuff sensor ninjutsu based attack, those go along with all the shadow clone bonuses and all of the red curse seal bonuses. So instead of dealing your original 1 million, when all of this is paired up, you're going to be dealing 6.2 million at your best. And at your minimum, you're going to be dealing 2.6 million. So yeah, like I said, this Shadow Clone passive skill is really, really powerful. But yeah, that's just some theoretical like scenario. But yeah, it's just I'm basically saying it's a very good skill. So next up we have the Demon Fox Cloak. Now this skill is a level 105 passive, so you need at the very least a gold Naruto that's level 105 obviously. This also works with Diamond, which is obvious, but either way, it kind of needs to be said. So what you need for this, there's actually an added stipulation for this, and now that this vibrated, which reminds me I need to lower all the volumes for this. Um, this skill actually has an added stipulation. If you're gonna be getting it, you actually need to be able to defeat the Ninetales and this thing over here. And the Tailed Beast, you need to be able to beat Ninetales Kuruma. Reason for that being is because when you seal the Ninetales perfectly into Naruto, you get this skill called Ninetales Kuruma's Power, and you need this Ninetales and you need this Bloodline to be able to equip this skill right here, the Demon Fox Cloak. But yeah, it's a level 105 passive, and once again, you have to be able to defeat the Ninetales Demon Fox, the Ninetales Kuruma, basically. So, what does it do? It releases the Demon Fox Cloak to all teammates after your unique skill, and it adds a 200% shield lasting for 3 rounds. Now, as far as I can tell, this shield is actually based on your HP, so it basically doubles your HP. So, your shield will be instead of 1.9 million HP, it will be 3.8 million worth of 3.8 million worth of shields. This actually drastically goes up in the arena, actually, so keep that in mind too. Who will not kill my Naruto in an instant? Kakuzu, no. Kudatsuchi could freeze him. Yashiro will rape him. Nagato will seal him. I think Obito will seal him too. I'm not quite sure. Mifune will seal him. This is a problem when you're like in the top 10. Like you have nobody who you can attack, and like let's fuck it. Let's try with Kiritsuchi, I guess. Please don't die, Naruto. Shit, he got sealed. Okay, he's gonna die. Oh yeah, which reminds me, Naruto does have a level 75 passive, so I'm gonna be talking about that also. But apparently, since I can't just show you, because of the Ninja World War, I'm just gonna show you the shield effects on this. So as you can see here, he gets a shield. Those just basically absorb your damage. It's 3.5 million. For whatever reason, I'm not quite sure how that works then. Whether it's CP. Oh, hey, look at that combat. 3.5 million worth of combat. Is it based on combat? That would be very interesting if it is. 3.6 million, huh? I'm not quite sure what that's based off. I'm fairly sure it's HP, but I could be wrong. But anyways, what does it do? It provides shields, and it also recovers your teammates' chakra recovery. So it raises their chakra up. After you equip it, you get an extra 4,200 HP plus 820 per level. Ninjutsu defense 5,000 plus 850 per level. Taijutsu defense 3,600 plus 870 per level. Now, once again, you do need the Ninetales power, and which is Ninetales Kuruma power. Once again, you need to perfectly seal Kuruma into Naruto. So yeah, at level 102 you get 87k HP, 91k ninjutsu defense, 92k taijutsu defense, and 40k shield. I'm not quite sure how that works, but yeah. So those are his passives. I will be talking about his level 75 passive, so we're gonna go to that, which is gonna be over here. Sorry, I'm kind of like getting the hiccups, which is weird because I don't usually get the hiccups. It seems like I usually get like weird symptoms when I'm talking to you guys or making a video. But yeah, here, Ninetales Chakra body. So you need, it's like I said, it's a level 75 passive. You just need a Kuruma Naruto, really. I know it's very hard for some people to get Kuruma Naruto, but quite honestly, if you're gonna be grinding up for Gold Naruto, this is gonna be the easiest step. So As you can see here, you need 5 bloodlines, once again level 75. You just need a purple card Kuruma Naruto, because you need 3 Ninetales, 1 Sage, and 1 Sage Art Wind. What it does, it makes front row allies immune to a skill. It just provides them a shield, and it makes Naruto immune to any sort of damage, taijutsu, ninjutsu, or genjutsu damage. Keep in mind though, it doesn't make him immune to debuffs, so debuffs will still be affecting Naruto. Um, yeah, that's really about it. If you equip it to Naruto, it gives him an extra 3,100 ninjutsu attack plus 210 per level, 3,100 HP plus 300 per level, 1,000 hit plus 125 per level. It increases chakra recovery by 10 points plus 0.4 points per level. So I mean, it's a decent skill, especially if you're a newer player. But as of right now, I just don't need it really. My Naruto is more powerful without it. But yeah, so he has active skills. I'm really only going to be showing one of them, because otherwise, well, I could probably show the second one. But he has 3 active skills, those being the level release rush and shuriken. He has the wind release rush and shuriken, I believe it's called. It's been a while since I used that one though. So um, like I said, hang on, let me find it. It's right over here. Yeah, wind release rush and shuriken. And his level 105 passive. Once again, for the level 105 active, not passive. For both active and passive, you do need a Kuruma Naruto. Diamond and gold. Level 105, and you also need to be able to beat the Atos to actually be able to equip it. Now the Flame Tilt Beast Ball, that's his most powerful active skill. Basically, what it does, it deals a stupid amount of damage, and it also has this bonus effect that it cuts the HP of your enemies by a certain percent. As soon as you hit them with it. So, oh, you don't need to hit them. You just need to do damage, basically. So here I'm gonna give you an example. We're gonna go to Hero. That's the Sasuke. So as you can see, this is the strongest Father and Son skill. 3.6 million worth of damage, so that's a critical, and the multiple shadow clone jutsu and such, like everything's just being dealt out. And this is a flame-tailed beast boss, so 6 million worth of critical. I mean, just normal damage. And as you saw, the burn effect did about 1 million worth of damage. I believe it was 11 million, I believe. Yeah, more or less. But yeah, that was Naruto taking that down. Um, the active skill is more or less as powerful as the unique skill. The difference between the active and the unique skill is that the active skill does debuffs all the time. I mean, the unique skill does debuffs all the time, no matter the situation, as long as the card is not in immune state to debuffs. Whereas the active skill only does the percentage burn in normal dungeons. It doesn't actually affect any sort of special dungeons such as the Ninja World War or the Tailed Beast dungeons. So I mean, keep that in mind. But either way, it's a very good skill to have. As you see, these cards are like, their burn effect is taking 8 million worth of damage. So I mean, they're losing quite a bit of HP. And yeah, yeah. um, Also keep in mind, this is the heroic dungeon, so the cards have a little more defense. As you can see, the Shadow Clone debuffs are about 1 million worth of in what's it called, in percentage, not percentage, but about 1 million in damage. So I mean, yeah, based on your ninjutsu attack. I can actually go a lot higher than this, nearly double of this in when it comes to ninjutsu, but I'm not going to, because like I said, this is only his items and such. So yeah, that's his the flame-tailed beast ball. One of his more powerful skills. Once again, you only get this during the Naruto event, so keep that in mind. So what are the uses for this skill? So first of all, it's very useful in the normal dungeons, because of the percentage buff. The percentage burn. The percentage burn will help you out quite significantly against cards, especially if you're having trouble with any sort of dungeons. Really, Naruto can basically solo them as long as you have enough dodge and enough HP really to tank the hits, because the HP HP burn. It looks like it takes about a 20% chunk out of your enemy's HP, and you really only need 5 rounds before they die. Um, this also works in heroic dungeons and such. Like, I mean, and in PvP also, it's actually very useful in PvP. Especially since Naruto has such a large amount of hit. Um, this skill, if you have all of his items, he has enough chakra recovery that he can quite literally use it after one turn. So you have an AoE attack that deals a couple million worth of damage. Um, on a turn basis, like you can use it every other turn basically. So I mean, it's very good to have just there essentially. But yeah. So next up we have the what's it called? The Rust and Shuriken, the Wind Release Rust and Shuriken, and I'm gonna be looking for that and seeing which bloodlines I need. So Nine Tails times 2, Sage Art times Wind, and Sage Art. Okay, so I know which ones I need. So this actually gives me a perfect opportunity to look into the bloodlines. So as you can see, you get Taijutsu, you get Wind Release, you get Nature, and then you get Sage, you get Sage Art Wind. Then you get the Nine Tails, and then finally Nine Tails Kuruma's Power. Now the Taijutsu, Wind Release, those are always there. The Nature is after you get Naruto to, I believe his purple card form. After Naruto purple card, you need to get Sage Naruto for Sage, and then the Golden Naruto for Sage Art Wind. Golden Naruto is just the name of the card in purple form. We're not talking about the actual gold Naruto, so keep that in mind, please. And then finally, to get Nine Tails power, you need to have Naruto to Kuruma Naruto. So yeah, as you can see, I have all of the Nine Tails Kuruma power simply because it gives you more HP, which gives you more CP. I'm going to be changing them right now simply because I'm going to show you the other skill, his other actives. So we're going to switch to that. It might take a while, so please bear with me. There you go, Nine Tails. Sorry if my voice is cracking. I don't know, for some reason, really my my voice is kind of just deciding, oh hey, you're gonna be a teenager again, and I'm just like, yay? Question mark. So yeah, okay, these are all the bloodlines needed, and we're gonna change it to the Wind Release. Now the Wind Release is actually fairly decent. It does a decent amount of damage. Obviously, not quite as much as the many ultra big Spiral and Zero Spheres, but it does a decent amount of damage. Now what it does is it deals massive ninjutsu damage to a single target in front of you, and it causes bleeding for the entire enemy team. But it causes extra bleeding towards your the target that you specifically attacked. So we're gonna go ahead and show you that over here. We're gonna go to Hero and Ultra Big Spire Sisters or whatever, Chakra Recovery, yada yada. And then that's like 5 Shadow Clones, so this is gonna be brutal. 17 million, and then as you saw, he dealt with the so 3 million worth of bleed damage and then 1 million worth of bleed damage. The 1 million worth of bleed damage would apply to the whole team, while the 3 million worth of bleed damage would actually only be for the card that you attack directly with a unique skill. And like I said, that those bonuses are really important. With the shadow clones, like they make a big difference. You saw there was a very large difference from 4 shadow clones to 5 shadow clones, and there's a very large difference from 5 shadow clones to 6 shadow clones, simply because of the fact that those percentage buffs are very, very important. And once again, this can all be doubled with Orochimaru's Curse Seal. And if you equip in a purple card Hashirama with the Hobi technique, Naruto can actually overclock, which makes him even more powerful, more insanely powerful. So keep that in mind if you're ever planning on getting Naruto, basically. But yeah. So as you can see, the debuffs, like I said, they scale with ninjutsu attack. The shadow clones add ninjutsu attack, so the debuffs go up. You know, that's just how that goes. Same thing with the bleeds. Like I said, the major bleed will be on the card you attacked with a unique skill, with the active skill, whereas the rest of the cards will just get a minor bleed. But either way, that bleed is usually fairly powerful. Um, the Naruto's actually quite strong in this state. Yeah, he can actually solo most, if not all, of the tailed beast. Up to the 7 tails, I believe. He can take on the one tails very, very easily, almost stupidly easy, as you can see. Just poor one tails, Shikaku, poor Shikaku. Just that was destruction. He can easily take on the two tails once again in this state at the very least. Like I said, these debuffs are really important, so they can deal a lot of damage. He's gonna destroy the three tails. I know a lot of people have trouble with the three tails, but you have to keep in mind that the three tails is very weak to debuffs. And Naruto is nothing if not a specializing in debuffs, and as you just saw, it only took one debuff to take down the three tails. Um, the four tails should still be fairly easy. One hit KO once again because Naruto is overpowered. Um, and with the five tails, I think you may have a little bit of trouble in this state. You know, with only his items. But it still should be fairly easy. I mean. But yeah, it looks like there you go. See. Um, he may not be able to solo the six tails. The reason for that being is because the six tails uses poison debuffs, and those deal a fuck ton of damage. Like there's damage, and then there's the amount of damage that the six tails does, and yeah, it's a stupid amount. As you can see here, these debuffs will actually hit Naruto quite hard. And then the bubbles pop, and when the bubbles pop, like they do a stupid amount of damage too. As you just saw, the debuffs, yeah, see, pretty goddamn near killed Naruto. Naruto's gonna die in the next stage, but yeah, I mean, with a healer like Sakura, Naruto could easily two-man the six tails. He can actually solo the seven tails if you equip in the active skill, the what's it called? This the Rasen Shuriken one, because the Rasen Shuriken, what it does debuffs, normal debuffs, keep in mind, whereas the tailed beast ball, that one deals debuffs, but percentage debuffs. And percentage debuffs don't actually matter when it comes to the tailed beast, so that's not gonna help you out there. But because of the, like I said, the wind release Rasen Shuriken deals normal debuffs, those actually affect the tailed beast, so you're fine. Yeah, see, I've actually noticed that too. The Demon Foxcloak shields don't actually work in the tailed beast after a certain point, I think, or they just don't work at all. So I mean, keep that in mind. But yeah, that's about it when it comes to that. You know, Ultra Big Sprout Serum Spheres. I already tested the Wind Release Rest and Shuriken, and that could probably go for the last level 75 passive. I mean, active skill. I'm sorry, I'm just so used to saying passive, that I sometimes get them confused. So what do you need to equip the lava release? Just like I said, 9 tails times 1, um, sage times 2, and sage art wind times 2. So I mean, you can basically just equip it if you can equip the Rasen Shuriken. Now the lava release Rasen Shuriken, you can actually get this from the shop. Same thing with the tailed beast cloak, I think it's called. You can get it from the shop for 2k gold. I mean each. It's not a lot, but it's not a little for I know for most people. But if you're planning on just having Naruto, these skills are very useful. Like as you can see here, this is the active skill, Lava Release, Rasen Shuriken, level 75 passive active skill. Very useful. And then you have the if I can find it, it's right around here. Nine Tails Chakra Body. Like I said, level 75, 2k gold. You know, save up on one day. You're gonna use Naruto, and yeah, it's a very useful skill. So as you can see, level release Rasen Shuriken deal massive ninjutsu damage to a single target and cause the explosion effect of 20% of the max HP and make all enemies burn for 3 rounds. Now the 20% HP burn is only for the card that you attack with the actual active skill. Now the rest of the normal burns are just normal burns towards everybody else. So as you can see here, we're gonna go to the heroic dungeon and we're gonna do this once again. And yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and wait for that. And there you go. It does the 20% HP burn, and then it does its normal burn. It's not a very powerful skill, but I mean, if you're once again a new player and you're still having trouble with chapters, this will still be very, very useful. As you can see, we're into round 9, and he killed him because of the 20% HP burn. Now, once again, this is not taken into account if you're in the Ninja World War or in the Tailed Beast dungeons, so keep that in mind, please. But yeah, it's very useful either way. So those are all his actives and passive skills. I know I didn't really show the passive skill, level 75 passive skill. That's just kind of because I'm kind of lazy, really. Let's see if and I don't particularly want to change these. These are really awesome. The multiple shadow clone and the Fox cloak, they're better in every way essentially when it comes to those to compare to the Nine Tails chakra body. So I mean, I'd kind of just rather not do that essentially. So yeah, I'm sorry. And my voice seems to be fading. So yeah. So we're gonna go to the what do you call it? The Truth Seeking Ball Naruto. So that's actually for the Asura skin. Keep in mind for the Strongest Father and Son and the Asura skin, you have to pay 15k worth of gold. It's very much worth it if you're gonna get the Strongest Father and Son. But the Asura, it's kind of debatable whether it's not. I personally like the Asura skin, just how it looks. I think it looks awesome. But yeah, so Truth Seeking Ball Naruto. Deal ninjutsu damage to all enemies and make enemies disabled, decrease ninjutsu attack and taijutsu attack until death needs to hit. So on the surface, this skill looks awesome. It basically means that you're never gonna get take damage from taijutsu or ninjutsu attack as long as you can hit them. Problem being with this skill is it's not a guarantee. You can deal the damage and you can hit the card with the skill, but the debuff won't always take effect. Basically, it's hit and miss sometimes. So I'm just gonna go ahead and show you instead of saying it. It does deal a decent amount of damage, as far as I can tell. It's not like it does a little bit, but once again, the debuffs are rather rare. So as you can see here, these icons on top, the ninjutsu attack and the taijutsu little hand thing with the downs, those are the ones that take off the ninjutsu and taijutsu damage. But once again, as you can see, only half of the cards took that into account. All of the other cards didn't even get the debuffs. So I mean, you have to keep that in mind when talking about this skill. For some time there was some question whether or not it was the perfect skill for the Ninja World War. And unfortunately, because of the fact that it's not a guarantee, it's not simply because, like I said, um, you won't always deal the debuffs. And in the Ninja World War, if you're unlucky, well, you could die because the debuffs didn't take effect. And yeah. But yeah, I mean, it deals a decent amount of damage. Like I said, it's not like it's a unique skill. It's just that compared to the Strongest Father and Son, it's not the most powerful that you could possibly get for Naruto. So yeah, as you can see here, these guys are just dealing damage. Very, very little damage, but they're still dealing damage. It will nullify it quite nicely, the taijutsu and ninjutsu attack. I've been in Ninja World War when I'm testing this, and like I've been to stage 50 where they will one hit KO you with taijutsu, and when it gets the taijutsu debuff, it will only deal like 30 damage. So I mean, there's that. But yeah, that's the skill for Asura Naruto. I love the skin. Like, I mean, that just looks beautiful right there. Look at that. That's an awesome Naruto, especially with the diamond, little thing around the card. That just looks amazing. But it's mostly for aesthetics. So instead of any real sort of benefit. And then finally you have the vanilla unique skill, which is Super Toad Beast, Rasen Shuriken. Now this one works a lot like the Shadow Clone, the what's it called? The Strongest Father and Son skill. With the Shadow Clones, the only difference really is that this skill is very, very random. And it's not a bad thing. It's the thing is that so it deals debuffs. That's perfectly fine, but it only deals up to 9, which is more than the Shadow Clones. But the thing is that the debuffs they vary. So if you get the one tail debuff, it's only going to deal a certain amount of damage, and it scales with each debuff, with each tail. So if you get the one tails, the two tails will deal more damage. The three tails will deal more damage than the two tails, and the four tails will deal more damage than the three tails, and so on and so forth until you get to the nine tails, which is the strongest debuff. Now the thing is that this is very random, and I'm gonna show you here. Death of Sasuke. And it doesn't deal quite as much damage as the other skills. For Asura and what do you call it? And damn, what's it called? Strongest father and son skills. In its base ninjutsu attack, it deals only not as much basically. The debuffs, like I said, they're very random. Sometimes you're just unlucky, and you can get quite literally no debuffs on the cards. Other times you're stupidly lucky, and you get every single debuff from 1 to 9. But once again, it's rather rare. It's rather temperamental. It's a decent skill to have if you don't have 15k to drop on the strongest father and son. But if you can, I would strongly recommend to go for the strongest father and son because it's just a lot better. If you've been looking at this, Naruto has been able to solo every single one of these skills, every single one of these dungeons fairly easily, um, and yet it's not able to beat this one because he didn't deal enough damage because of the skill. Keep in mind they're all level 105. The difference is that the Super Tailed Beast Rasen Shuriken just doesn't deal as much damage as the other ones. So yeah, that's basically all of the massive, the really good uniques. You obviously have quite a few, like the Shadow Kunjutsu, the Demon Fox Cloak and such. You even have the Mini-tailed Beast Ball, but they're not very useful. They're only intermediate things, like in between as you're training up Naruto from, green card Naruto to purple card Kuruma Naruto. So I mean, yeah, it's just kind of goes there. Now, how would I rate the unique skills from 1 to 3 with the strongest father and son being number one because quite honestly to me it's the best. It deals the most amount of damage, and in this game damage is really important. Now, the Asura skin skill comes in second, a very close second, mind you. Simply because it deals a decent amount of damage, and if you get lucky with the debuffs, you're gonna be able to survive a whole team without any sort of damage. So I mean that's important. And then there's finally the what do you call it? Not the Kuruma Naruto skill. It's a decent skill. I mean, it's something that will get you by if you really need to. But if you really want to step your game up in damage, you're gonna have to get the Asura, or you're gonna have to get the strongest father and son, or at the very least the Asura skin. Simply because those two skills are just that much better. But yeah, that's about it when it comes to skills and unique skills, active skills, and such. I'm trying to think of like something else to like say. It's gonna be a bitch to get the Kuruma Naruto's back now. Because the Kuruma powers, because yeah, it's just a bitch to do sometimes. Now how many rare ores do you need to get a Diamond Naruto? You actually need 72k worth of rare ores. Motherfucker, I didn't get the. So yeah, if you're gonna be trying to get Diamond Naruto, you'd better start saving up because it takes a very long time. Um, the reason I got Diamond Naruto recently is because I got a reward from the latest event, the Ninja World War event. Not Ninja World War, but the Kaguya event. So I mean, I got lucky. I was number one in damage. So I mean, that's nice. But yeah, otherwise, it's gonna take you a very, 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 very long time. Diamond Naruto is actually part of a collection, which is the Konohana Ninja. You need Diamond Naruto, Diamond Sasuke, Diamond Sakura, and Gold Rock Lee to get that collection open. So I mean, if you're gonna be planning on getting it, I would urge you to start because it's gonna take a very long time, especially if you're free to play. What else? I'm trying to think of like anything that I may be missing with Naruto. But I can't really think of anything. If you're curious as to why there's all these things like right here, like all these Kurumas Naruto, it's not because I have so many chances. It's just more or less a glitch, really. It's not like anything truly important. It's just a glitch, quite honestly. But yeah, just kind of Sorry. Just kind of going through these, trying to get the Kuruma power. Yeah. If you're wondering why I keep calling the Ninetales Kuruma, that's because that's the name of the Ninetales, that the Sage of Six Paths gave to the Ninetales. It's not really a spoiler, but, there. But yeah, this shows up sometimes. It's really annoying, but, whatever. So yeah, that's a Diamond Naruto showcase. I think I've covered just about everything. His skills, his bloodlines, his unique skills, yeah, just about everything. Um, can't really think of anything else. Uh, yeah, I mean, that's really about it. Excuse me. I didn't mean to do that. But yeah, that's really about it. I asked Opito later on today, well earlier today, if he would let me use his account once again to make a video because he has a gold Nagato and Inazagi Itachi with all of his items. So if he lets me do that, I'll be able to show you guys Inazagi Itachi and Gold Nagato. Just how powerful those two guys are. They are insane. So I mean, hopefully he lets me do that. But if he doesn't, it's cool. I got another video planned. But I mean, either way, just an idea for what's up next. So I was actually originally planning to do a opening for gold keys, gold chest. Just open up 1,000 gold keys. Because that's how much I have, 1,100 right now. But then I realized that my voice is kind of just going away, and this video is really going quite long, actually, as you can see. Um, yeah, Scott, thanks, man. I'll contact you in a bit. But let's see, where am I at? I started this at what, 2 a.m. It's nearly 3 a.m. now, so I mean this really got along quite far. So I'm gonna do the YouTube Q&A and yeah. Oh, and Scott, which reminds me, you were talking to me about the graphics. Yeah, just message me on the app line. Right here, as you can see here, I was talking to Opito. Yeah, just message me here, add me. It's where am I? uh, Display name Luis Rodriguez, user ID Luis085, and just add me there. If any of you guys wants to add me, just add me. I don't particularly mind. Just be warned, sometimes I don't always answer. That's why the daily Q&A is so useful to me because sometimes I just kind of forget, and daily Q&A means that I can answer your questions as quickly as possible. Without me forgetting, basically. As long as I can do a video, I can usually answer your questions in the daily Q&A. So, okay, yeah, so can't get past Heroic Dungeon 9-7. I get him to back row 25%, and he just blows all my cards up in 2 hits. Heroic Dungeon. Who is that? Is it Sosori? I think it's Sosori. Oh, I think it's Deidara. Okay, yeah. Yeah, Deidara's a dick. Yeah. um, Oh yeah, that was just destruction. Okay. You're gonna need a healer, man. Really. Because Deidara, when he dies, he explodes, and when he explodes, he does a lot of damage towards your cards. Obviously, my Naruto hardly took anything, but then again, my Naruto's completely overpowered. Keep in mind, just like as a asterisk or whatever, or footnotes or whatever, my Naruto's about as powerful as you can get him. So this is like on the very, very far end of the spectrum, where in extremely and completely overpowered. Um, so I mean, I'm not saying that if you have a Naruto, you're gonna be able to do that. I'm just saying like, yeah, just get a healer for that. Um, Cards that would be useful would probably be Sakura, especially with her summoning slug. She's very useful in that state. Um, it's a skill you can just equip to her, summoning slug right there. It makes it, for one turn, it makes all of your cards immune to any sort of damage, be it taijutsu, even normal hits. They're just immune to all sorts of damage. Um, yeah, it's Sakura is a good healer basically. Otherwise, I don't really know your team, man, so I can't really tell you what to add in or what to switch out or what formation to put. So if you could leave it in the next in this video, basically in the comment section, that'd be great. Do a showcase with your Naruto with his Demon Fox cloak. Yeah, there you go, bro. Keyshawn Taylor, bro, man. You're getting that showcase right from the beginning, as far in depth as I possibly could. I would have liked to see you train your cards to diamond and getting the rewards for the events. Which cards? I mean, I wouldn't have gotten any rewards from the Shisui event except for the skin. And if my luck holds, I'll just be able to wait until like CSM, crossover mines, and I'll be able to get enough rare ore to just go ahead and what do you call it? Diamond Shisui. I only need 50 whatchamacallit, 50 Kotomatsukami, so it shouldn't be that much, which is only 9k ore, which I know that's a lot for a lot of people, but if I really try, I can get that within 3 days, 4 days, no, yeah, 3 days, because, yeah, if I really try, I can get that within 3 days,
Yeah.
so it's not particularly hard, and that was just my brother, if you heard that, he's like half asleep, half awake, he hears me speaking, and like, he tries to answer incoherently, which is funny as hell sometimes, but it can be annoying as all fuck when I try to make a video. Like I'm not gonna take that off right now because I'm losing my voice and I don't particularly want to redo the whole video. Um. Okay, so I would have. Okay, so is Shisui not good for Ninja World War? I tried him in there today. I have him diamond, but it seemed to be doing a little worse than usual. Is Genjutsu not good for Ninja World War like Taijutsu? Also, which passive for Shisui is better? So Shisui is not the best when it comes to the Ninja World War. He does deal a decent amount of damage, don't get me wrong. But after stage 50, you're gonna be needing to deal a couple of million worth of damage just so the enemy's card's defense doesn't nullify your damage completely. I would recommend for passives for Shisui, the Kotomatsukami Shisui, because that one's really offensive. But if you want to basically stop your cards from being stunned, I would actually recommend the Kotomatsukami, but that's a level 105 skill. The reason for that being is because if Shisui doesn't get stunned himself, he can unseal everybody. If you equip both of them, Shisui is immune to stuns thanks to the Kotomatsukami Shisui, whereas the Kotomatsukami itself will just unseal everybody. So, I mean, yeah. But yeah, Genjutsu. In terms of damage for the Ninja World War, the best damage you could possibly do is ninjutsu attack, then genjutsu attack, and taijutsu attack. So the best damage, the one who will deal the most damage, is ninjutsu based attacks. The second most dealing in damage will be the genjutsu attack, and finally taijutsu attack will come in not working at basically stage 50. I mean, at stage 10, after stage 10, it just won't work. But yeah, it was a bit hard to understand, but I sent you a YouTube message. Thanks, Scott. Like, I mean, I'll answer you as soon as I can, man. Like, it's 3 in the morning. I was really supposed to go to sleep like at 2:30 at the latest. But I'll get in touch with you, man, because like I'm very interested in your offer. With the graphics, like I'm curious to see. It should be fun. Just just check it out. Paul, hey man, I've been playing this game for about 2 weeks or so, and I'm at chapter 16. My squad's damage is around 938k, and I think that's super weak. My team right now is Naruto Uzumaki, purple version, Sakura Haruno, purple version, Akatsuki Sasuke, Hinata Hyuga, Snake Mode, Kabuto, Secret Jutsu Haku, Bronze Border, and I have around 1k gold, and I don't know how to get gold or get past the Death of Jiraiya chapter. I was wondering how to get the same amount as you and have the same formation as you, or have even better than the one I have now. Any suggestions on how to get the gold would be great and get past this chapter and get a better squad. So okay, Paul, dude, right about now, I'm gonna be completely and bluntly honest with you. You're recharged, quite honestly. This game is very, very money intensive. Like, if you want to be very powerful, very fast, you're gonna have to recharge. That's a very sad truth of this game, but it's a truth nonetheless. Um, Now getting to my team, you have to realize that a lot of my cards, you can grind them out. Don't get me wrong, you can grind them out, and by grind I mean work them out. Get through dungeons and such. But the thing is that cards like Zetsu, that's an event exclusive. Cards like Itachi, that's quite literally you have to recharge for him. You don't get him under VIP 9. You just don't have him because it's not possible to train him up to that. So yeah, it's gonna take a very long time if you're gonna be looking into getting as strong as I am. A lot of money too, honestly. But right now my recommendation to you would be just train up your Naruto. Um, you're actually dealing quite a bit of damage, honestly, for your team right now. I would recommend to get your Naruto the strongest father and son skin. I know it's 15k. I know it's a lot, and I know you have trouble getting gold, but it really is worth it, man. Like that will easily get you past chapter 16, quite possibly up until like chapter 21. And at that point, you can easily train up Naruto to gold. You can easily train up I mean, Sasuke to gold, Sakura to gold. So, I mean, those chapters would be very, very useful to get. Um, what else? Be patient. Be very, very patient, man, because unless you spend on this game is brutal on the grind, and it's just insane. Um, but yeah, man. I'm fairly sure soon enough you'll be able to catch up to me within like a year or so. And I know that sounds really brutal and very, very long, but when I first started this game, I was at what? I was proud to have 1 million worth of CP. That's just the blunt, honest truth. Like I was very, very proud. I was like, yes, I have 1 million worth of CP. I'm so proud of myself. Because the game was just beginning. Now 1 million worth of CP is very, very easy to get. Especially if you know to use certain combinations. Like you can get the Team 7 combination, and that will get you at least 400k CP just from that combination itself. So I mean, yeah, just keep going at it. Get free cards, especially if you're free to play. Work on Naruto, work on Sasuke, work on Sakura. Last video I mentioned, the best possible cards you could possibly get for free to play are Naruto, Sasuke, Obito, Sakura, my guy, and Kakashi. Those six cards will get you through just about any situation if you can get them to gold and you can get their items. Now, gold wise, just get as far as you can in the Ninja World War, which is this right over here. Um, right over here. Honestly, with your team, you may be able to get, if you're lucky, up to stage 10, and that's rather low. But you have to realize you're gonna get at the very least let's see, how much is it? 80 gold from that, and just rewards from like from logging in, you get 100 gold from there. You can usually get it twice. I'm in California, and I can get it twice after. I can get it once when the day barely resets, and then I can get it a second time at 5 in the afternoon when the game, I guess, resets once more. So, I mean, I can get the login reward twice. You can do that too. Just figure out your time zone. But yeah, that's just about all the advice I can give you without telling you to spend money. But what else is there? It got really quiet. I just realized how loud my voice is. Um, did I like mix up the videos too? By the way, um, I could have. I very easily could have. Um, yeah, like I said, I did mix them up. So yeah, there you go, Paul. Um, yeah, there you go, Chase. Thanks, man. You really do help out. It's people like you who help out the community as a whole. Um, Israel, I need to help beat 17-6. Help me, please. Yeah, you need two different sealers. Yeah, Maddie just covers it very perfectly. You need two different sealers. You can use Naruto, not Naruto. You can use Neji. You can use Hinata. You can use Kabuto. The most constant being is more than likely going to be Neji and Hinata when you get them to their purple card stage. You can also use that active skill that I mentioned, which is in stage 9-6, I believe. Oh, shit, I'm sorry, I dropped my phone. That's why you heard that loud noise. I think it's 9-4, 9-3. I can't quite remember which one it is. But chapter 9, yeah, dash 3 right here you can get this active skill. It has a possibility to silence your target. It's very chakra cheap, so I mean there's that. And yeah, can you play my account? Ansem, I'm sorry, dude. Like, really, the only reason I took up Obito's account, even for that small period of time that I took it up, and actually, I'm quite grateful to him that he still lets me use it every once in a while. Is because one, it's a stupidly powerful account, and two, because he was planning on quitting, and I just thought it was a bit of a waste just to let the account sit there. But yeah, I mean he's still playing, but every once in a while I'll ask him a favor and he'll let me like go in there and try out different formations because he has more cards than I do. So yeah, sorry, Ansem, I can't accept that basically. Yeah, sorry, dude. Um, let's see what else. P.S. Don't worry about posting. Make sure everything's on fine on your end. Okay, thanks, Azurith. I appreciate that, man. Yes, I keep on switching between quick update and the other one, the Moo event and such. Um, yeah, everything's fine. It was just a checkup, basically. Like, sometimes my mom's arm hurts quite a bit. She's 40 something, so I worry sometimes. And my little sister needed a physical, so like I decided two birds, one stone, and I took him over there. Sister's fine, mom's fine. But I'm gonna keep an eye on my mom because, well, she's my mom. So yeah. Um, okay, I got first for my server. I got the reward. Did anybody get the participation reward? As I'm still waiting for it. Q is Fury main or secondary attack. I'm still not 100% on which one that is. Fury is your main attack. It's your unique skill, and Chakra is the blue bar. That's your active skill. The Fury is the red one, and the Chakra is the blue one. Can you play my account? What cards do I need? I have Kamui Kakashi Tobi, 100 Strength Sakura, Akatsuki Sasuke, and Moog Naruto Gold. Uh, be careful when you say Tobi, Izaya. I'm sorry if I said that wrong, but I'm horrible with names sometimes. Uh, be careful when you say Toby because some people will think you're saying Tobidama and other people will think Toby as in Obito because Obito, for those of you who don't know, did go under the alias as Toby. So I'm sorry if that spoils something, but yeah, that's just to clear something up. Congrats, Sir Luis. Thank you, Carlo. Um, I think I covered that with sealing and such. Yeah, I think I did. Sage Kabuto. Yeah, just try the Hinata and Neji. Uh, you really only need to have a level 60 Neji and a level 60 Hinata. Um, so you need to get Hinata the blue card and you just have a Neji and you're fine. I would recommend to get both of them to purple card, but you don't need them to be purple card for that strategy that I just mentioned. Um, let's see. Can't get past that. Back 24. I think I've answered most of these, so we're gonna go. Hey bro, could you do a 8 tails and 9 tails free character showcase? I may actually do that very very soon. But keep in mind, Mighty Thug, that the requirements will be rather high, and if you want to get them for free, the you're gonna have to be on point when it comes to the events. Like you're gonna have to save your gold, and then you're gonna have to spend it exactly as I say when the events come up because it's going to be a challenge to do so, especially free. But just it's possible. It's just very very hard and very delicate process too. So keep that in mind. So yeah, and very luck based also. Because I mean, it could work sometimes and it could not work sometimes. So it would be a good idea to save up seal stones. I'm on iOS and I'm stuck on 17-6. Any tips? Have to. Yeah, Luis Nieto. Yeah, you guys are just on point when it comes to answering some of these questions. So thank you. Yeah, two sealers. There you go. Like I said, the easiest ones to get are Hinata and Neji. Yeah. How do you beat Dungeon 16-6? Yeah, seems to be a very common question. Yeah, it seems like there's a influx of like new players, so that's actually very good that there's new players. But I do believe that's about it for this video. Because I can't find any new questions on the Q&A. Let's see. Or is it at 17-6? I think that's Itachi. Yeah, Truth of Itachi. I remember once again back in the day, like way back when. This is one of the hardest dungeons that I could possibly do. You don't actually have to what do you call it? Uh, you don't actually have to seal him. You can stun him also. If you have a not a Tobirama, a Obito, to this stage, the not the small-toed beast ball. To this stage over here, to reoccurring eye Obito. And I think that's possible also. You're gonna get the space-time Kamui, Obito. You can easily go ahead and just seal, stun, stun, stun him. I would recommend using the space-time Kamui Obito and also using this skill over here. Right over here. Let me see if I can find it. I think it was. Hang on, I'm gonna go over here. Over here. Okay, so that just reset it, so it goes to the first page. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Using this skill right here, Shira Tensei, it only costs 500 gold, and you can equip it to Obito when you get him to the reoccurring ice stage. Really just use it, and so long as you can hit Itachi, you're gonna be able to stun Itachi. So yeah. The reason I don't have Obito attack Itachi is because Obito will rape Itachi in this state. If you don't believe me, here you go. Oh, which reminds me, here. This is so cool. I'm gonna take this off. I'm gonna go over here and unequip this. The Flame Ichu was pretty nice. I'll do more of an in-depth showcase when I actually have the item, all the way up to, not level 105, but all the way up to 120, which is going to be far away from now because I'm fairly close to getting Itachi to Kotomatsukami Itachi. I just need 20 more crow's eyes, and I've been grinding out this stupid dungeon for such a long time. Like, I've done at least 5,000 tries, and also I got like 3 or 5 of those drops. I got 3 drops recently for the crows, so that's cool. But yeah, here. Wait, not wrong one. The reason I took off the curse seal is because of the effect that he has shit, and he just destroyed. God damn it. We're gonna change that up, buddy. Actually, we're gonna unequip all this crap. Oh, I know. I know what I can do. Let's see, where is he? No, Minato. There you go. Juvenile Obito Uchiha. So we're gonna go. Where is it at? Where art thou, Obito? I find it funny that he now has 233k ninjutsu attack. It's stupid, but it's funny. So where is it? So I think I can beat him like this with just that item. Ha! It worked. Fuck you, Itachi. I'm sorry, I got way too excited for that shit. The reason it's so funny is because the Sword of Tosca, what it does, it seals. I know most people have trouble with him because Itachi's a dick, and what he will do is seal lock most of you. But what the Flame Ichiwa does, it basically, any sort of normal attack that Obito does or Madara Uchiha does when you equip the Flame Ichiwa to them, any sort of normal attack will instantly be returned back. So as you just saw, any sort of damage that what's his name, Kakashi Itachi would have done to what's his name, Obito, would just be returned. And yeah, you just saw with just this thing, I managed to defeat what's his face, Itachi. I mean, it works with just about everything too. Keep in mind, but I mean, obviously Nagato has a lot of damage. I mean, not a lot of damage, a lot of HP, so it's not gonna work that as well. But yeah, as long as it's a skill, Obito can return it basically. Like, don't use it on people like this, because since there's two people, as you just saw, like one hit, they're gonna kill Obito. I'm fairly sure. Yeah, I told you. But yeah, it's if you just want to abuse it, sometimes don't ask where I got this because well, you can ask, I suppose. But I just got this from the recent rewards for being #1 in damage for the Kaguya events. Oh, by the way, I think somebody told me like Daoku didn't let me win. Let me be perfectly clear. If we would have found out or had Shisui worked the way that Shisui was supposed to work, as in Shisui doing restraining Kaguya, which is what they promised. Now they say that he can never restrain her. He was just supposed to unseal any of the damage that she did, like the stuns. Had Shisui worked the way he was supposed to work, or the way that they said he was gonna work, Daoku, Obito, anybody with the dream team of the Ninja World War formation would have just destroyed me when it comes to damage. Like, that's not even in doubt. That's just fact at this point, because yeah, the only reason that that sort of strategy didn't work is because Kaguya constantly stunned the cards and threw off the basically perfect combination that it's supposed to be for the overclocking to work. So yeah, had the events gone like with Shisui being able to restrain Kaguya, been like that, Daoku would have definitely been #1. I would have been, if I was lucky, in the top 20s, if I was lucky. So yeah, please keep that in mind. So yeah, just putting that out there. Um, so yeah, I think I gave you a viable way to take down Chapter 17. Once again, you can get all of the items for Toby fairly early on. Oh, he doesn't have his stuff to tier 4. Okay. And then we have one password right now. Alright, well, this is going to be a private conversation, people, so we're going to have to end the video here. So if you liked it, leave a like. If you liked it, leave a dislike. If you don't, I'm sorry if the video is a little too long, but there was a lot to get out, really, especially with it being Diamond Naruto and such, and all the questions. And yeah, so like I said, leave a like if you liked it, leave a dislike if you don't. I appreciate you watching, and once again, big thank you to Obito, because it looks like he will let me as soon as he can get it to work. Scott, like I said, if you can, hit me up online. If you can, I'll respond through the YouTube message. So yeah, just have a little bit of patience. I'm not the best when it comes to, like, answering back. Sometimes I forget. Sometimes I'm a little too busy, but it's not because I'm trying to ignore you on purpose. So yeah, that's about it for this video once again. So bye guys, until later, or basically until tomorrow.